Have you ever been helped by someone who wanted something back? Nothing as simple as money or favors, something harder to name. You think the relationship is a gift, then one day you see the invoice. This story is about that. Mira had been in the industry for 3 years. She knew her work was good. But knowing your work is good and getting a room to see it, those are two different things. And then she met Leo. A conference in November. She was a junior consultant. He was 58, sharp, known. He had run 3 teams that grew into something real. He didn't have to talk to her. He stopped anyway. He said, "You see the problem most people miss. You should come to lunch." She said yes. She went. Every other week for almost a year. He introduced her to people, real people, people with budget, people with projects. He read her proposals and marked them up in red ink. He sent her articles. He remembered her sister's name. You know the feeling? When someone helps you twice and asks for nothing, you start to relax. You stop watching the door. That's where she got to. The 4th month in, Hope said something at coffee. Hope was Mira's closest colleague. She tilted her head and said, "He sure has time for you, doesn't he?" Mira laughed. She said, "He's just generous." Hope let it go, but she remembered. 6 months in, Mira brought the list. Her contact spreadsheet. The one she had built for 3 years, one careful relationship at a time. 300 names, phone numbers, notes about her kids, notes about who liked what. She slid it across the lunch table. She said, "These are the people I think we could work together to reach." Leo took out a pen. He wrote in the margin of his notebook. He didn't ask any questions. He just made notes. Mira felt good. After a year of receiving, she had finally given him something back. She didn't think about it again for 2 months. 2 months later, the first contact went quiet. She figured it was timing. People get busy. Relationships shift. That happens. The second contact went quiet a few weeks after that. She sent a follow-up and got nothing back. She mentioned it to Leo in passing. He said he'd check in for her. He did. Nothing came back to her. The third one was different. Hope heard about it first. She told Mira at lunch one Tuesday. "You remember Aisha from your spreadsheet?" Mira nodded. "She just hired someone directly. No job posting. A referral from a name I don't recognize." Mira stopped chewing. She put her sandwich down. And then she did something strange. She picked it up again. She finished it. She told Hope, "I'm sure there's an explanation." Have you ever told yourself a story you wanted to be true, even when the evidence was sitting right there on the table? She wanted there to be one. She really did. The wisdom in this story is older than us. Long before there were lunch meetings and contact lists, there was a monkey in a rosewood tree by a river. The tree had fruit. The monkey was happy. A crocodile rested on the bank below. The monkey threw down fruit. The crocodile caught it. This is how friendship starts. But the crocodile had a wife. She was sick. She heard about the monkey, full and happy in his tree. She thought, the heart of an animal that happy must be sweet. So one afternoon, the crocodile invited the monkey across the river. Halfway across, he said, "Forgive me, friend. My wife needs your heart." The crocodile was not a villain. He was a husband. That made it worse. The monkey said, "I left my heart in the tree. Take me back." The crocodile turned. The monkey leapt to the branch. And he called down, "We can still be friends, but not in the middle of the river." The betrayal happened on a Thursday. Leo was presenting to a prospective client, a small room. Mira had been told it was a check-in, so she sat in the back. He opened his laptop. He clicked through slides, and by accident, just for 2 seconds, he clicked one too far. Mira saw it before he navigated back. Slide 7. Her contacts, all named, with revenue projections next to each one. Her 3-year contact spreadsheet, reformatted and annotated. Not contacts we could approach together, just contacts. Leo's outreach list, built for someone else entirely. He clicked back quickly. He kept talking. He did not look at Mira. She did not move. Her face did not change. She sat in the back of that small room and felt the whole story reorganize itself. Every lunch, every introduction, every kind word, all of it fitting a different shape now. Do you know that feeling? When 2 seconds of seeing rearrange a year of believing? The early kindness had been real. She understood that. She believed it. But then the hunger had grown, and Leo had found a way to use the kindness as cover for the harvest. Her hands stayed flat on the table. She watched him finish the pitch. She thanked the client on the way out. She walked to her car. She did not cry. She just understood. For 3 days, she did nothing. She went to work. She answered emails. She took 2 calls with 2 of her own clients. The work was good. The work had always been good. That had never been the problem. The problem was, she had given him her work, and now he was using it for someone else. She didn't get angry. The anger had passed somewhere on Thursday afternoon. What was left was clarity and the list. The list was still hers, and so were the relationships with the contacts who hadn't been quietly handed off yet. On Sunday evening, she called Hope. "He's been building a pipeline," she said, "with my list, for his own client deck." Hope didn't say much. Hope had learned when to stay quiet. After a minute, Hope asked, "What are you going to do?" And Mira said it. The line that finished the story for her. Plain, not angry, not loud. "He didn't want a partnership. He wanted my list. So I kept the list. And I'm done going to lunch." Hope was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "You're not going to confront him?" Mira said, "No. The slide said everything. There's nothing for me to add." She heard Hope exhale. A long, quiet breath. The breath the friend gives when the worry can finally end. That night, Mira slept 8 hours straight for the first time in months. The list was still hers. The work was still hers. The lunches were over. On Tuesday morning, she sent Leo a short message. "I think we're better as occasional check-ins. I've got some big commitments to focus on right now." Leo replied warmly. He said he understood. He sent her a podcast recommendation. She did not reply. She did not unfollow him. She did not write anything on social media. She did not warn the contacts who had already been moved. That ship had sailed. Chasing it would have cost her more than the ship. She just stopped going to lunch. 6 weeks later, Leo's outreach to her dropped to 0. He was busy. He was always busy. By the time he stopped following up, the window was already closed. Permanently. And Mira had moved on to her own room, with her own list, with her own clients. Some mentors mean every kind word. The early lunches were real. And still, one day, he wanted the list. That's how it works. The kindness comes first. The harvest comes later. Sometimes the hunger grows in someone who started out generous. Sometimes they don't even see it themselves. The ones who truly want your good, they don't ask for the list. They help you build it, and then they leave you to keep it.